Hello, Scorpio. This is Tanya Lee of Harmonia, and welcome to your forecast for November 2024. We're going to get started here with the Oracle cards to see what the overview energy here is for November. I know I am posting this a couple days early, but just a reminder here to just take what resonates, leave the rest. Do not force anything to fit. And happy birthday to the Scorpios out there. All right. Who are celebrating now and coming up. Here we go. Let's get to it. Calling in our guides, our ancestors, and our ascended master spirit. What do my Scorpios need to know for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? What do they need to know in November's energy coming up? Or when they feel guided to listen to this, because, time is fluid. 35. Presence of absence. Hold what is absent in the presence of your love. Hold what is absent in the presence of your love. Well, I don't know, Scorpio, but I feel like there's something here that there's some remembrance here. It's to remember the good. I actually feel a lot of, it's a 35, so we come out with an 8, which is all about accomplishment and the ability to take certain actions. But this feels like a legacy. This feels like the 6 of Cups energy, to be honest. And when I feel that 6 of Cups energy, some of these memories may make you feel nostalgic, like the good old days. Or if it's not that, it's like, I wish I did that at a particular age. It could be that too. Let's see where you are right now on this journey called life. We're using the Guardian of the Night Tarot. Now, when I look at these, there's no reversals on initial story play, but this will help us to see if this is who you are right now, if this reading is going to resonate for you for what's next or in store for November, before we go over to Harmonia Friends Club, which is going to be focusing more on the relationships, deeper messages for love and relationships, and for abundance. And abundance comes in many different forms. Scorpio, the Emperor, Aries energy, authoritative, but also someone who has gained all of that knowledge to be in that position, Scorpio. Wisdom here with that owl. You see the ram below there kind of looking upon the mountains, which is part of Aries. We have the 6 of Swords. Again, the energy here of trying to move forward, feeling like it's a slow process. So I'm talking to a Scorpio right now that has had some rocky things, and it's not just like I don't feel like this is just turmoil, that's inner turmoil. I feel like there's areas within your environment that have also been treacherous and adding some current, which is basically pushing you or making you feel like you're in a riptide. So there are certain areas where you're being insistent on pushing through, and some of you may feel like you're getting tired, exhausted. Let's see what else this is. The 5 of Swords. Wondering if it's kind of full of crap. The 5 of Swords here is this a useless battle here where nobody wins and I give up? I almost feel this energy of somebody, if you're not giving up on an individual, giving up on a particular dream, it's just you're tired of all of the obstacles that you are being surrounded with. Now, it's interesting how this imagery, when I look upon this, when I just look at it, It has this energy here of being amongst or two buildings. And these two buildings are almost like, see how the trees are all cut down? I love how they have Gabo, which is the rune, even though it has tens on there. But that's the rune Gabo, is about the ability to not only receive a massive gift, but to be able to give back too. And there's something here where you have given it your all and you are really feeling, was it really worth it? Did it actually support me in some ways? But those trees were utilized to help build. And that's how I see those buildings, even though they may be brick. There's something here about building a more firmer foundation for you. And some of you feel like I got nothing left, but there's a greater gift here. And that gift has to do with the presence of absence. And I feel guided to go to the book. And I did this a little bit backwards, but they wanted me to get right into the message. So that's how, spirit works. When I say they, to me, it's God and my guides that are coming through. So people are clear when I say that. I like to call it spirit. So it's a collective energy. But let's see what we have here with 35, presence of absence. It is easy, Scorpio, to fill our thoughts with the loss of loved ones, missed opportunities, and regrets. That's what I was feeling in those cards. Our hearts can become so overwhelmed with what is no longer or never has been part of our life that we lose sight of our present selves. This can be especially so with regrets around the things that we did not say, try, or do. All that we can ever change about our regrets is what we do with our grief in the present. Loss is a kind of death. When we lose or do not attain something we deeply value, something of ourselves, this is part of Rin's reality too, I'm getting chills, dies or remains absent along with it. At some point, we have to learn to live on and find our ways to genuinely fulfill our present without this cherished person, place, attainment, or situation. Sometimes that comes in people who no longer are here for us. Others of us, it's versions of us. And I just did a practice with my Runes Reality course, which is an accountability course, not just to learn runes, but to apply the runes. And we are in the midst of the second ayat, which is the second house, the warrior runes, which is all about destruction. And Gabo was part of the first one where they utilize the fuel here to create something better. And there's something here that makes you feel like it was for nothing. And I feel like something is going to be cleared in this month, but let's see. We're going to be using the Witch's Tarot now. Reversals are now up. Reminder, I use reversals a little bit differently. It's just showcasing the extremes. It also showcases the past. And sometimes that past is meant to be come up now because you're ready to process it or there's something ready to hear. So just be open to when that comes in. It doesn't always mean it's the adverse effect here from my readings, at least. All right, Scorpio, what's ahead for you? The devil energy here. So there is something or someone, could be a Capricorn, all right, that keeps you feeling stuck or keeps pulling you back into a pattern that may not be good for you. And you're well aware of this. There's something here about doing this in the past. I just heard codependency. So there's something here about codependency here that's coming up here. Yeah. And we have the Hangman, which you're choosing to stay in something to receive a message of some sort. Okay. Now, you're choosing to stay in something may also be choosing to escape, which could be escapism. Doesn't have to be a person if you're not dealing with a person. But a lot of you know it's like this can't go on. Like you have to move on. You have to move forward. And there's a part of you realizing that this is not, you've gotten as much knowledge as you particularly could in this scenario. This is what I also say is what when we choose to stay in the past and we feel stuck in it, meaning that anything that we fear, we stay stuck in that fear and we actually don't really accomplish anything. We just repeat the cycle over and over again. You are doing something differently. Differently. Look at this. The Emperor is back here twice with it reversed. Well, here's the thing. The Emperor reverse is someone here who could get really egotistical or particular when it comes to their plans, and it's their plans or the highway. Their plans or the highway. And although these look like astrological or the map of the stars here, I also am seeing certain runes, and probably because I have been helping to teach people the runes reality course or utilizing runes. But the symbology here is important of what energy I'm seeing as some of these. I feel like this individual here in particular, Scorpio, is a part of you that has a particular way that you want to see things done and assist a specific path. Whatever this path is, where you say, I'm making a decision here to finally let go, and I do see you guys letting go of it, you also feel like you're still in control of it as well. And that's where the ego comes in mind. That's where they're thinking, my plan's better than that. Now, that my plan's better than that, Scorpio, could be your way of thinking. Some of you are like, not going to want to admit this, but listen, this is that voice that comes in that has doubts. This is the voice here that says, well, I'm going to go do this. And then if you don't get a result right away, or it's not the result that you expected or anticipated, you might get a little bit pissy about it, or you might ask the question again. So this would be an individual here who puts something out to the universe and then questions it because it's not happening on a time frame or timeline that they had anticipated it. And then they get frustrated and say, this was all for nothing. It's that kind of energy here. Ooh, look how this flipped over. You have the King of Swords. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Now, this is coming towards the middle of the month for you. There is something about teaching. There is something here where you, and this could be another individual, like an air sign, but this is an individual here who is giving you some high advisement. Some of you, it's financial advisement. Some of you, it's advisement on relationships. Some of you, it's someone who is a doctor. But you are getting advice externally, I see, towards the middle of November. And this advice could be from an individual who detaches from the emotional issues of things and really has a lot of wisdom. This person is authentic. This person is by the book, very, very logical. But I feel like whoever this individual is also giving you the straight on facts here, Scorpio, about your inner circle or the individuals that surround you that may not fully have your back or make you unhappy. Or maybe some of you, these are situations where you feel that you need to address because they're not supporting some of the life changes that you are trying to make right now for some of you. Yeah. The Justice here is reversed. So I think you're being straight on told the facts about a scenario. Some of that scenario could be mentality. Some of that scenario could be financial. But this is about facing the consequences of and taking accountability of your portion and what you can do to realign yourself. You have someone outside of that doing so in some way, shape, or form. And it feels a little bit off kilter because I think these are the plans that had affected something here where you thought you were doing it for a particular thing, but this is something more. This is something that's going to help assist you. Some of you, it's going to help assist you with connecting with the right people or the right person. It's allow you to truly see what it is to leave a legacy. And interesting enough, some of you, this is about a legacy. Some of you have felt a little bit like a failure when it comes to a loved one or not being able to obtain something here. And this is you realizing that you have the ability to have it all. And this person whether it is just advisement or teacher or mentor or someone here who's showcasing it to you in factual ways, is allowing you to see what truly a community is. And I see you actually receiving it or having that aha moment of who your family truly is, or who is there in your circle that supports you, loves you. And some of you are realizing you don't have that, but now you're looking for it. You're going to get the support. You're going to get the help. What's happening here for the final energy here of the month for Scorpio? We have the Six of Cups here reversed. We had that energy that I felt of the Six of Cups here. This is looking about the memories that did not feel so great. Some of you, it's the victim mentality. Others of you, it's just realizing that moving forward, moving on is not something that you can control. And the Magician energy is here. So you are within some kind of support here that is allowing you to see in a bigger picture what you actually have been manifesting. And some of you with the Magician, again, which is kind of that controlling energy here, may have that pull of an individual coming back, or may have that pull of a person here that you know doesn't serve you. It doesn't mean you entirely get rid of them. It's the way you are facing those memories, or the way that you're facing being stuck. I really feel like this Scorpio here is seeing the difference now when it comes to having a new beginning. So there's going to be a new opportunity. This seems more practical. This seems like something that you're excited about, but I really feel like this is planting a new seed. You are taking the ability here going, this is what I got. And yes, it's absolutely worth it. And yes, I absolutely have it. Now it's how do I grow with it? What do I do next with it? And again, you still have that frustration of not necessarily seeing from the universe how everything comes in place. So how is this going to show up for you in November? As you experience things, as you experience letting go and integrating the version of who you want, or what you want, or what you desire, you're going to have to do a taste test. And not everything is going to feel right. Or sometimes you feel like you are with the right people, but then as another layer gets stripped from you, you're going to realize, no, this really isn't for me. But there is an opportunity here where it will be just right. And it's something here where I feel you're very frustrated. Look, it's like this pouting energy that I feel here, Scorpio, and pouting energy here in that overview, presence of absence, is to realize here that it's actually closer than you think, whatever this is that you are trying to transpire. All right, guys, if you want to go over, we still have to do your lucky numbers, but a reminder here too that it's Scorpio, if you resonated with this, would go ahead and hit like, go ahead and comment, but a reminder that there are more messages over at Harmonia Friends. So if you want to go over and see those messages for a deeper dive into your Scorpio reading, come over to Harmonia Friends. There's a 30-day free trial. Reminder, with a 30-day free trial, it allows you to see all of the readings, not the galleries, but if you want to go into tier 2, that's the one that has the galleries and the discounts. All right, so let's see what your lucky numbers are here. You patiently have been waiting. What are Scorpio's lucky numbers for the month? Oh, I love that you got doubles. I love that you got doubles. You got 4, 4. Again, this has to do with your manifestations. It also showcases to me new relationships, things that are being built for you. It showcases a lot of stability. You may be seeing lots of 4s, and not just 4, 4, like I think like lots of 4s, like 4, 4, 4, 4. And this is just a reminder here, connect with your guides, connect with spirit, be aware of what you state when you see those numbers, but also it creates the master number here of 8 as well. 8 is all about your abundance, your accomplishments, and your mastery. So I feel for you, Scorpio, this month with these numbers in place, and look out for them when you see them or you hear them or someone mentions them to you here, or there's just something that has a 4 in it, that you are exactly where you're supposed to be, and look for the gifts that are actually already here, and you'll start seeing how close you actually are. All right, guys, hope to see you on Harmonia Friends, but if not, this is where we part ways. Take care and have a good one.